How are you? My name is Daniele. I'm an implementation manager here at Pipefy, and I'll show you how to use our automation feature. So first things first, automation helps you automatically trigger an action when a specific event happens. So by setting up those automated actions, your team will be able to save quite some time so they can focus on other activities that can bring even more value. So this is your organization page, and you can access the automation section by clicking right here at automation right besides reports. So this is where all of the automation created at your organization will show up. And you can, at this beginning, add a new automation by clicking on Create Automation and add a new automation. Later on, when automations are already created, this is not going to show up, and you'll only be able to add new automations by clicking right here. So as I was explaining before, those are the possible events that can start an automation, and I will describe one by one. So the first one is when a card is created that triggers an automation. When a new card is created in a specific pipe. There is also when a card is moved that triggers the automation when a card is moved to a specific phase in a specific pipe. When a field is updated, that triggers the automation when a specific field or the value in it is modified in any way. When all connected cards are moved to a specific phase, that triggers the automation when all connected cards are moved to a specific phase. And this event demands, by the way, that you create a connection between pipes before setting it up. And there will also be a video explaining more about our connections later on, in case you're interested in knowing more. There is also recurring activity that triggers the automation every hour, every day, every week, or every month at defined times and days to best suit your specific process. There is when an alert is triggered that triggers the automation whenever a card becomes late, expired, or overdue in a specific pipe. And when an email is received that triggers the automation once a card receives an email. So just select something randomly, and let's just so you can take a look at it. Once you select an action, you can also select conditionals to help you out in determining not only which event is going to start the automation, but what are the specifics requirements of that event to actually trigger an automation. So right here, you can select that, for example, when a card is created in the pipe purchase process, and the conditionals are that um, the urgency is equal to median urgency, for example. You can select those specific conditionals right here. And right after you set up the event that is going to start the automation, you'll be able to select the action that automation is going to perform. So the available actions to be made by an automation today at Pipefy are create a new card in a pipe, and a new card will be created in a specific pipe with the information that you set up corresponding the fields, and you can set this information right here. So for example, this is the star form of the purchase process pipe, and there is a name right here. But in this case, I would like to create a new pipe in the expense reimbursement. So the star form fields of this specific pipe um, are going to show up right here. And I want the name to be automatically filled out by the name that was filled in the purchase process star form, or I can type a fixed value. So right here, both in when create a new card in a pipe or when create a new connected card in a pipe, you can select if a specific field will be populated with a dynamic content or with a fixed one. So getting back at the description, so we have created a new card in a pipe. We also have created a new connected card in a pipe. And a new connected card will be created in a specific pipe with the information you set up before as well. And this action also demands that you create a connection between pipes before setting it up. There is move a parent card, and the parent card will be automatically moved to a specific phase. And just like the last one, this also demands a connection to be created between both pipes. Update a field's value, and the value in a specific field will be automatically updated or filled. And this action only allows users to update fields that belong to the same pipe as the event. So be mindful of that. And move card. And the card will be moved to a specific phase in the same pipe where the action happened. So those are all of the options, both in events and in actions. And I think that the best thing would be if we could create an example together. So let's go back to the organization. And let's select the expense reimbursement process, for example. And right here, let me move this card from approval to payment. And I want that every time was the payment done is answered with a yes. This card will be automatically moved to paid. And every time that same question is answered with a no, that card has to automatically move to the canceled phase. So let's go back to the automation part. Let's go right here and let's add a new automation. So the event to start that specific automation, since it depends on that question, was the payment done, is updating a field. So when a field is updated in the expense reimbursement pipe, and that field was the payment done, here I'm going to select the conditional in which the answer needs to be a yes for this specific automation to happen. So add conditional, I will select the question and also that it needs to be equal to yes. So if a field is updated in the pipe expense reimbursement, this field was the payment done, and the answer needs to be yes. I want the card to be automatically moved to the phase paid. Awesome. And the next one will be when a field is updated in the expense reimbursement pipe was a payment done and the conditional is going to be different. It has to be equal to no. I want to move the card to the canceled phase. Awesome. So let's go back to the pipe real quick just so we can see that happening. So this is the card that we moved a couple of seconds before, and I'll update the value. It's yes right now, and I want it to be a no. And we can wait around for the automation to happen. So here it is. The card was automatically moved from payment to canceled, as we can see right here. And just a quick note on this activity field is that every time an automation happens, the action will be made by our pipe bot. So every time there is a pipe bot right here, different from, for example, my name being shown, it means that an automation did that move or that specific action. Okay, so see, that was actually quite easy. And in case you have any other questions regarding automations and so on, you can use our in-app chat to get in contact with our support team, and they will be very happy to help you out. So thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.